Inch up your bottom.
Hold it in tightly with your little bummy hole.
Colonic. Speculum. We're not holding hands while we're eating Colonics together. Are you ready?
The cleanse! The cleanse.
Now we're gonna start talking a lot about how the... Did we get through 5 weeks? 5 with 0 food.
No, here's the real interesting thing about it. Wait, I forgot.
Okay, so what happens is she gives you a bunch of vegetables that you have to juice every day, 3 to 4 times a day.
And if you're watching this video before our last video, watch that one first, or this is kind of not gonna make sense.
So, you juice, so you can have as much juice as you want.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, so you're just drinking juice and water every day for 5 weeks. Now, some people it takes 2.5 weeks. My dad was on it for 47 days.
Yeah.
We were on it for 5 weeks.
Yes.
So just depending on what issues you have with your body.
How sick your body is, you never really know exactly how long your detox or cleanse or whatever you want to call it, if you say you were to do this, what it would be.
Yeah. The craziest part about it is through those 5 weeks, you never actually feel hungry because you have
your stomach is always full.
Yeah, because you have the juice, but you just never feel satisfied.
I would say for me, like, it was probably like the first 3 days. Like once I got through the first 3 days, it was like, all right, I'm used to not chewing things anymore.
Yeah. Except
I'm okay.
We did it in the middle of summer.
Which was...
There's no good time to do it.
There's no good time to do it, but there's no better time to do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing. It's the thing that will like change your life the most in ways you wouldn't even realize, but that you never know how bad it's going to affect you, meaning as far as if you get sick during it or not. He didn't, I did.
Yeah, so also, when you're juicing, you have to go in 3 days a week and get...
To Elizabeth
to get a colonic.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know what a colonic is...
Let's talk about what a colonic is, because this is one of the main things people have questions on. But first, before we actually go into it, colonics are really important. Yeah. And they're really good. And they're private, okay? Like...
We're not holding hands while we're eating colonics together.
And Elizabeth isn't holding my hand while I'm getting a colonic.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell what a colonic is?
A colonic is you sit on a table and then you have a firm little tube.
Babe, a speculum.
A speculum. Kind of like a small miniature straw. You sit on the table, laying down. You put a little bit of lube on the speculum.
All provided for you.
And it goes about 1 inch up your bottom. Yes, we're going to say bottom. And it shoots up water.
So you know, the layout of the actual table, you're laying on the table, but your legs are up. Do you want to demo this for me? Like your legs are up like this. We should do a whole segment on
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll
do a whole segment on it that we'll put right here.
What it does is it flushes water into you, and then when you have the urge to go,
you just need to let it all go. You just need to hold it in tightly with your little bummy hole. You just hold it all that water in tight until you're like, oh, and then you try and push it all out in one go. Like let it all out. Not force it out, but let it out.
There's a hole that it all goes in.
That is collecting all the stuff that's coming out.
It goes in and then it goes out, it goes in, and you do it for a half hour.
Yeah, but the water is constantly going.
So this is the thing though, is most people think, oh, I can do a juice cleanse and it clears me out.
No.
Or, oh, I can just do a colonic and it releases everything. But what this doctor does is it's all about your colon health. What happens is in your colon, it builds up with a lot of this fecal matter that you've had for years and years and years.
And you probably, especially if you're an American, you have it because of what we eat. I mean, we really like our processed foods. We really like our meat. We really like all of this food that our natural human bodies don't really process normally.
And there's not a lot of fiber in that diet either.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of fiber. So there's not a lot to get that stuff out, and it's just kind of hanging out inside.
It literally sits up there.
It's gross.
Not all of it, because obviously you go to number 2, but...
Here's a side note. We hadn't been eating for 5 weeks, just juice. 5 weeks, and during week 5, we still had stuff coming out.
Yeah, and...
Stuff. You know what stuff.
Yeah.
Coming out after 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Imagine what's in you right now.
So
that's gross.
Yeah.
And it's in there.
So the craziest part about it is because we get so much buildup in our colon and a lot of it just hangs up in there, doesn't ever get released, it creates a lot of toxins, which affects all different organs in our body, therefore makes us sick.
Yeah.
And that's what we do, especially on the American diet, like Steph said, with meats and all these
processed
horrible
foods
GMOs
and dairy.
and just everything that goes into our food that's not really natural. Our body isn't expelling everything that it should. So that's why with the juice, because juice just, it's like it turns into pee in your body. You literally do not poo.
Yeah, because there's no fiber. There's no like your
substance.
There's
so
nothing.
You pee a lot, but nothing number 2 comes out except when you're getting your actual colonics done. So that's the reason why you have juice and you have the colonic, because the juice also clears you out, but then the colonic really helps everything released out. So you go and then...
Because it's all dry and like hanging out in there, and it needs something to... You keep going in and going 3 times a week because it's like, well, why doesn't one flush get it all out? Well, a lot of the stuff is so dry and compacted in there that you need to get that water in there. It kind of starts to soften things up and lets things drop. And I mean, it's gross, you guys. But it's awesome because... Did you know that was a thing?
Did you know you still have poop up in your colon?
Like,
I didn't.
You do. It doesn't
It
just
took us
all
5 weeks
come out.
to get it all out.
And we technically ate healthy before this, okay?
So the good thing is once it's all released, then it actually the insides of your body can actually heal. That's the issue, is these toxins build up and your body never has a chance to heal because of all the crazy foods we're eating.
Working so hard to keep you from going into acidosis and to keep you from going into all these things that it's just working so hard. It's like, no wonder we're all tired.
Yeah.
Because we eat crappy
and our body's
trying to keep us alive.
And are lactose intolerant. And throughout this process as well, she's giving you supplements and other things to help heal your body and certain parts of your body.
Yeah.
And it was the hardest thing, literally, that we have ever done mentally and physically. And thank goodness we did it together, because I couldn't have done it without her, and I think vice versa.
But you guys, you cannot let that statement be the reason why you don't explore it. Would you do it again?
I would do it 100% again.
I will do it again. We're going to do it again next year. We're going to do another cleanse.
And that's the thing.
We should get a cleanse like once a year.
So going back a little bit, when we had our consultation, Stephanie found out she had type 2 diabetes. She was also anemic.
Yeah.
Also, she had thyroid issues, which we've known for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it all makes sense because, so when we started the cleanse, a few days into it, Stephanie started her liver detox. And got so sick. Like, sick.
Like,
I've never seen this girl. She doesn't get sick.
Bathroom. Like, I crawled to the bathroom to go pee.
And I took a whole week off
work. And then I would crawl back to bed. And I stayed in bed for a week.
For a full week.
A lot of that is my liver was so bad and I had so many heavy metals in my system that my body was trying to release it so fast that it literally was making me so sick.
So sick. And that's the very first thing our doctor told Stephanie was, your liver is really, really sick.
I was on 2 liver detoxes instead of just 1.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is she puts you on specific supplements for your body. They're not forever. They're not long term. It's just they help your body during the cleanse, help them do what they need to do. So your body does it more efficiently.
Yes,
and they're all natural and all of that.
We are not experts. This is just our experience.
Yeah, we should probably
put that at the very beginning.
Like, we're not going to try and tell you, but I'm trying to tell you you should go to someone who does know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And there were other things that she did too. It wasn't just her looking at our eyes and our nails and our tongue and things like that. There was other readings and other things that she did. But, I mean, it was just crazy. You have to go to someone who knows and doesn't want to just give you a pill. I'm not saying don't go to a doctor. Doctors are amazing. They just don't happen to know a lot about other types of medicine too. And they don't happen to know about nutrition because, I mean, there's not a lot of training in medical school for nutrition.
Yeah.
So, what do we expect?
So, the crazy thing is about a week. So what happens is you do this cleanse, you go in and get your supplements 3 days a week, you're doing your Colonics 3 days a week. Some people feel really great on it, some people don't really feel really great.
Some people have like more energy than they've ever had. Some people just feel normal, whereas I was like on my deathbed, but I would totally do it again, even though it
was hard.
Sucked.
So then after Steph started feeling better a little bit, then about a week and a half to 2 weeks before you're about to end your cleanse, she starts giving you lemon juice and olive oil.
With another supplement.
To start softening your liver stones so that you can drop your liver stones, because a lot of the stones in your liver, from what we've learned,
and your kidney,
is a lot of these toxins also hold on to those and then just are never released if they just sit in your liver and then are never released, and your kidneys. So the craziest part is about a week and a half before
week 4,
Stephanie may have released 4 parasites, 12 inches long.
Nasty.
Full on parasites.
Nasty. And I had so many issues that came up with my body that, like, it was funny because parasites didn't even really register. His parasites registered. Mine didn't. So he'd been on a parasite formula for a while. So we don't know how that affected his. But I got on a parasite formula pretty instantly after that. And it was funny because after that, I was just feeling so much better even. And it was like the next day, I would say, where I had the sensation that I needed to go to the bathroom. Number 2, which hadn't happened in over a month, okay? So I was like, this is really weird. I go and I sit on the toilet, and when I'm done, I look, and it was a parasite that had chosen to leave my body because there was no other nourishment for it in my body, and because it was probably dead. I mean, I didn't investigate too much, right? But it was probably dead because of the supplement that I had been taking.
Oh, NPS.
And it was still bloody.
NPS.
Because you know what parasites do?
They suck your blood.
They suck your blood. No wonder I was anemic. And no wonder.
She says a lot of people, like majority of people, have parasites. So you probably have a parasite.
You probably do. And she says all adults, and even children have parasites.
Because it's easy.
They're just a normal organism that's in our world. And
it's super easy to get them.
It's easy to get them. It's gross.
Now let's get to the good stuff. So at the very end, she gives you this certain mineral mixture that
it's like a tea, but a mineral. It's
really gross.
It's terrible.
And it's to soften up your stones, to be able to release the stones on your very last colonic that you have.
Right.
So you do that. We got super sick that night. The next day we go in, you get your very last colonic, and what happens, from our understanding,
you drop your stones.
It softens them up so much that it drops from the liver into the colon, and then they're released. So I had my very last colonic, and I had a bunch of liver stones come out, probably 20 or 30.
They're like the size of like a half a split pea,
like a lentil, kind of.
I think even smaller than a lentil.
Yeah, but they were just green,
smaller.
And other than the liver stones, nothing else came out, and that's how you know when you're finished. She says you're done is the minute everything is clear coming out during your colonic.
Yeah,
is when you can be finished.
It's time to drop your stones, because if you did it before, it could be very unhealthy for your body.
Yeah,
very bad in a lot of different reasons. His result from his was very typical.
Yeah, very normal.
Mine, with all of my liver issues, which, by the way, when I was really sick on my liver detox, I was throwing up a lot, which was weird because I wasn't eating anything. And I was throwing up a lot of bile. And she said, I bet that you have so many stones in your liver and your gallbladder, and that is what is causing this. Yeah. And so when we looked at my stones, not only did I have the normal amount of little stones.
She had 6 of them that were this big.
They were gigantic.
Like the size of a large marble or a large drop.
So they actually look like a rock. Like it looks like a little stone, okay? Like it's real.
6 of them.
It's glossy. She picked it up with her, for lack of a better word,
her pooper scooper.
Poop scoop. She picks it up and she hits it against the side of the basin, basin is the catch-all underneath the table.
Yeah, it's rock solid.
It was a rock.
Oh, and P.S., people have asked us,
6.
well, what if she's like bringing this stuff in while you're not watching? No. It literally goes underneath the table. You get off the table, you clean up, she takes off the thing and then analyzes your poo with you because she can tell a lot by your poo.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what
you
it
guys,
is.
it's fascinating.
So the crazy thing is then
now you know about my poo.
Yeah.
And my liver stone.
It all came full circle. We didn't know Stephanie had type 2 diabetes.
Yep.
That is why her feet were going numb.
Which, by the way, after 2 weeks being on the cleanse, all of the sensation had started coming back to my foot, and now all my sensation is back in my feet.
Second of all.
We'll talk more about that.
Yeah. Second of all, Stephanie stopped taking her thyroid medication, maybe 4 or 5 days into it?
No, in the second week.
In the second week?
Because I couldn't keep anything down.
Yeah. And
for like 2 weeks.
We've been off of this for almost 2.5 months, 2 months, 3 months. And her thyroid levels are completely normal.
Yep.
She no longer has type 2 diabetes.
Yep.
I no longer have acid reflux.
Yep.
We feel better.
We feel better.
Our
we
skin
sleep
is better.
Like
way better. So the crazy thing is it all made sense though on why her foot was going numb, because she had type 2 diabetes. Oh, she was anemic, partly because of the parasites and everything that was happening with her liver. Also, her thyroid issues, what the doctor said was it was because her liver was so sick.
It wasn't synthesizing all of the things that it should have.
Yeah, it couldn't process anything. It couldn't synthesize anything. It was literally just holding on to everything.
Yeah, it was crazy.
From all those years. Oh, and P.S., I had gut ache issues for a long time.
Years.
And I don't have gut ache issues
like
anymore.
A weird gut ache that you would just get every so often. And yeah, we can talk even more about that. But I mean, there's just so many little things that we found out about ourselves and little things that we could do. But I mean, it's just crazy.
And then the biggest question everybody has is what happens after?
What happens after? And it's like, how can I do this for me? Do I have to do a cleanse? Like, what can I do? And we'll get you. We'll tell you.